Hey, welcome guys, welcome. One more live here at 8:08 with Clay hashtag. And good to see you, the usual suspects here. Yeah, and today I'm really excited. First of all, can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up or let me know if you can hear me okay, if the mic's working okay. So if you can see this fine, I think I have a close this button here, right? Robertinho, hey Cristiane, hey 808 okay, Brian, Aninha, Ray, yes, everybody can hear, sounds good, cool. I'm still, Brad, yeah, Brad, Jeff, when are you going to be back in action, brother? Got a few weddings for us to shoot. Let me know when you're going to be back in action, okay? All right, so today, oh, look who's here, Miss Zakonet. He's here. Flavio's there, yeah. Cristobal is here, yeah. Thank you. Well, you're for a treat tonight because tonight, in a couple of weeks, all right, Jeff, I'll let you know because I have weddings this Saturday, no, not this Saturday, but in 2 weeks. Got a wedding 2 weeks on Friday and wedding on Saturday. I'm going to need an assistant. So I hope you guys doing great. I hope you guys doing all right. We are here tonight. You're for a treat because we keep talking about silhouette. We keep talking about being different, creating different stuff for yourself, for your photography, creating those amazing photography, right? Amazing pictures, and that's what we want. This channel is all about creating amazing images, elevating your photography to a different level. And I really appreciate you all being here with me today. You could be doing anything else. You could be sitting on Netflix, not doing anything. You could be just browsing Instagram, or Facebook, and you're here tonight to learn something new, and this is amazing. I'm really pleased and happy that you're here. So tonight, what we're going to do tonight? Let me answer one of the questions. Let me see if I can. Yeah, okay. Let me answer one of the questions that came through this week. The question was, do I use multiple lights when I'm photographing? And the answer is yes and no. It all depends what I'm shooting. So people who know me, I mean, like Jeff helps me in a lot of weddings. So my lighting assistant, and he's going to can tell you that when I'm doing portraits, usually I'm one light type of guy. I'm like running and gunning on a wedding day. We don't have a whole lot of time to put a whole lot of light and be debugging lights and all that stuff. So I like using one light. Sometimes the opportunity, if I have time, I will add multiple lights, but most of the time I have one key light, or you're gonna hear key light, main light, which is your main light, and I have maybe sometimes like one light to paint a background or that type of stuff. It all depends on the circumstances. So the answer to the question, do you always photograph, do you use multiple lights? Yes and no, all depends what I'm shooting. But I have shot, most of the time I'm shooting like one light, but I also have shot like 4 different lights when I'm trying to do something really, really creative. It all depends on what you do. Well, and speaking of being creative, one of the things that I'll tell you this story. What made a big difference in my photography? About 3 years ago, it didn't start like that. About 3 years ago, I was really needing some practice time. I think like, I don't know if it's 3 or 4 years ago. I think it's 4 years ago. We were not, the business wasn't that busy. I had a lot of free weekends when I wasn't doing anything. And I was really disappointed in myself that I wasn't learning anything new. I wasn't really practicing what I knew. And I made a commitment to myself. And the commitment was, for the second half of the year, whichever year it was, I'm going to shoot every weekend. every single weekend I will have my camera, my lights out, and I'll be shooting. If I have a client, I'm going to be working with a client. If I don't have a client, I will find a model, and that's when I'm going to go and practice, because we don't want to practice with the client, with a paying client, right? So we want to practice on your models, we want to practice on your family. So, and that's what I did. For the next 6 months of that year, I shot every weekend. Every weekend I was out, rain or sun, I was out shooting. And that, my friends, elevated my photography to a level that I can't really describe to you, because that's when I wasn't shoot clients. I had models that I shot. That's when I could practice, I could create, I had time to do things different. And the way I approached this was like, I would go out with one goal, one single goal. Today I'm going, let's say some weeks would be, today I'm going to create a 4 light setup image with gels and everything, right? And I would work for that goal. I would work for that. My overall goal is to come up with one single image. After that shot, no matter how long it took, 2 hours, 3 hours, one single image that I would have achieved that goal. Let's say my goal was to come up with a 4 light setup with different gels. And that's what I would do. I would work, and my goal was to come up with one single image that would show that I reached that goal. Didn't matter how many images. I wasn't for a bunch of images. And so next week I would go out again and come up with another image. Today I'm going to work on directing. Today I'm going to work on posing hands. And today I'm going to working on hard lighting. Today I'm going to work on different, more dramatic poses, you know, all that type of stuff. So every week for that 6 months, every weekend I was out shooting. And my friends, I'll tell you, they made a huge difference. So why I'm saying all of this, creativity, I hear people say, oh, you're very creative, I'm not creative enough. Well, no, I wasn't. Creativity is exercise. You got to go out there, challenge yourself, and try to make something different. Okay? Creativity is exercise, and practice, practice, and practice. That's not enough. I can tell you that you need to practice. Keep practicing, keep bringing new stuff to your arsenal, and you're gonna see how your photography will improve. Regardless if you shoot clients, if you don't shoot clients, if you shoot for yourself, we always want to get better. So let's try to get better. But if you don't practice, because we photographers, we hear something, we read something, we assume that we know, and we get to the battlefield, we don't know it because circumstances are different, right? And then we panic and we don't know what to do. So panicking is not an option. If things don't go that way, stop, breathe, look at the back of the camera, think, look at what's wrong, and make adjustments. Don't just adjust things for adjusting, hoping that's going to work, because it doesn't, right? Creativity is something that we have to keep working on it. It's just like you have to keep working on it. And tonight we're going to be creative, because you can see here there's no fancy lights here. There's just like a plain wall. We removed everything from the living room here because I want to show you how I do silhouettes. Right? I keep talking about this. I think silhouettes are great. I love doing them because you do a silhouette at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for a bride and groom or for your client or for your, and they just go like, whoa, how did you do that? So it's so sunny outside. How did you do that? Right? So we are inside the house here. I'm going to leave all the lights on because that's a normal situation. If you're outside, you're going to have natural light. I'll tell you this. You can create this anywhere. And of course, if you try to do this on a sunny day at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's going to be a little bit harder. But it's still doable. I've done this. If you wait for the light to fall, it's going to get easier, right? So today Dan is going to be helping us. He's going to be modeling for us. And we're going to do a little bit of a silhouette and a little bit of variations. I'm going to show you how I pose for silhouette. I'm going to show you what the key elements of the silhouette are. So in order to start with the silhouette, the first thing I need to do, I need to kill my ambient light. I mean, that's key. Just kill the ambient light. That's the first thing, step number one, right? Number one, kill your ambient light. So I'm going to point my camera. I'm going to be talking back and forth here, right? I'm going to point my camera to the wall, and I'm going to take a shot. Okay, I'm going to just turn it on. And right now I'm at 1/200 of a second. f5.6 ISO 125. I just turned the camera on, right? So triggers off, no lights on. It's just the camera. I'm going to point it to the wall, and I'm going to shoot. So the camera's not going to focus because the wall is no contrast. I'm going to point over there and point to the wall and shoot. And I have a black screen. This is what we got. Nothing. Which tells me that none of this light here is affecting my photography. That's great. Say that again? You didn't show the black screen. I did. No. I didn't show the black screen? It's right there. Because it's black, they can see it. No. Hello. Oi, 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 oi. So this is crucial. So right, first thing, you kill your ambient light, right? So I'm shooting at 200 of a second, and I'm shooting f5.6, okay? And ISO 125. Now that I killed all the ambient light, I have full control over the light now, right? Remember, if you're lighting, you want control over the light. And this is what I want. I'll kill the ambient light. Now I start adding my own light because I can do whatever I want now. The goal of this, guys, is to make light do what you want to do. That's what it is. You have to control the light. Okay? So I'm going to grab this guy over here. This is just like a light stand with a mag shoe on it. I'm going to put it on the wall right there. And I'm going to use one speed light. We're going to do this with one speed light. Here I have my speed light. And I'm going to point it to the wall. I put it in here. I'm going to point to the wall. Turn it on. So this guy is on, let me show you. This guy is on slave mode. Why do I know it's on slave mode? Number one, it says here, slave. And on this brand of flash, the flash point, when it's slave, it's amber like that. And if I go to master, it turns green. So that's, I know I have a quick visual cue here, knowing that I'm trying to get where I want to go. There you go. So now I'm in slave mode. So if it's green, it's master, supposed to be transmitting. If it's slave, amber like that, it's going to be receiving the signal from my trigger on the top of the camera. What? Okay. Oh, come on. What is me doing here? Hold on. There you go. All right, so I get this guy and I point it to the wall. And then we're going to test it, make sure it's working, so triggers on. So this is on channel 32A, and I set my 32A here. All right, BA, now I'm at 116 on A, right? I'm going to point over there. I just want to make sure that it works. All right, seems to be working because now I have a blank wall, right? I have a white wall. Okay, so now to make it interesting, to make this silhouette interesting, I'm going to add a blue gel to it. This is a blue gel. This is not a CTB, a color temperature blue. This is a blue gel. Remember that we talked a few weeks back the difference between the color correction gels and the creative gel. This is the creative blue, not the CTB, not the color temperature blue. So the gel's over there. The goal here is to kind of paint that wall blue. Let's see if that works. So 1, 2, and 3, I point to the flash and I take the picture, and now I have a blue wall, right? I kind of think that the way it looks right now, it still doesn't look right to me. It's too big, too big of a spread, and I don't like the edges. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a mag sphere to it. And let's see what the difference is. Let's see if that sphere does anything to the picture. Okay? I'm going to go like 1, 2, and 3 and shoot. Okay, now I like it better. So, this is without the sphere. This is with the sphere. See how much more controlled, and it's much, I don't know if you can tell looking at the screen, but it's much bluer with the sphere in it. All right? So, you see how I layered this thing? I didn't start like everything together because I need to know what's working and what's not working. If we put everything together and make a bunch of changes, we don't know what, let's say if you put like everything together and we shoot and it doesn't work, we don't know what's not working. Always go by slowly, like on every step by step, and then you can get what you want. All right, so I think I have my lights dialed up. I think I have my gel dialed up. What do I need now? I need a model. Dani, please, to the stage. Here she comes. Clap, 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 clap. Woo, here she comes. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get Dani to pose in front of that gel. I'm going to try to hide the flash with her, right? She's going to hide the flash from me. Now, let me tell you something that is, it's like number one thing with silhouette. Brandon say, yes, slow, one adjustment at a time. That's what it is. So Ray is asking, would it be better if you just put together in the sphere or just how you got it? Well, it's up to you. Both of them work. Now, it depends on your taste. I like the sphere better because the sphere makes it a little bit more of a rounder shape and a little bit softer at the edges. But if you don't like that, you can shoot it raw, it naked, and it will work. Okay? So, one thing that is vital for silhouette. I see this happening over and over and over again. I'm like, missed it. When you shoot in silhouette, if I shoot her this way, all you're gonna see is pretty much nothing. You're gonna see this black thing, right? So every time you're doing silhouette, you want your model to be 90 degrees to you, a full profile. So you want this contour over here. So you want to shoot this way. And Dani, knowing that we're gonna do silhouette tonight, she fixed her hair really well because a lot of times, especially like with long hair, the hair is getting over here, and this shows even more when you do the silhouette, right? Just see, think about those little details here and there. This is what makes the difference in the photography. Your photography is going to get much better when you start paying attention to details, right? How many times you guys send me images to critique and I look at it and you chop the hand, you chop the foot up. No, you cannot do that, all right? So, details. So, now that I have my light dialed, remember I have it dialed on the wall. I don't know if it's going to work with Dani or not. I will take that picture and see what happens. Dani, look that way for me. So I'm positioning myself. Dani, 1/2 step forward. There you go. No, too much back? There you go. So I'm positioning myself in a way that I can hide the flash completely behind her. And I'm zooming right in. 1, 2, and 3. See? I'll show you this. Look. That's what it is. Thanks for coming. Have a good night. No, just kidding. Right? That is a full silhouette. I know that Instagram may be showing a little bit blown out on the background, but it's not here. You have to trust me. Look at that. All right? So, but let's look at the details. I wish I could leave my camera here. Let's look at the details here in this picture. You see how her hair her ponytail is totally separated from her her neck. Now, she knows this, right? Dan is a photographer, so she knows this. What did she do? Look how she lift her chin up a little bit so her hair doesn't get stuck on the back of her head. You see? So go the other way. Then chin down, a little more. Keep moving down. Yeah, good. Stay there. Let's take that picture. Now look at this. You see over here, there's no separation between her head and the ponytail, right? We still see some here because the way it is, but it's much better this way, right? Spaces. We always want to show spaces. You see how she did this? Because she knows that we need spacing here. So if I take this shot a little bit from far, chin up for me a little bit. There you go. 1, 2, and 3. Look, this is like half body. Look how clean those lines are. Her arm, her waist, her back, her hair. Look how clean those lines are. Yeah. If I can do one portrait instead of landscape. Exactly. Jeff saying that. She bent her arm to give some separation. Key, why do you need to know this? It is because your client doesn't know it, and your client has no obligation to know it. You are the professional. You need to know this. So Ray wants to do me to do one portrait. All right, let's go. Move that way, forward. Step forward. Yeah. Move your elbow back. Elbow right there. Move the elbow back a little bit. Back. There you go. No, just the elbow. Keep your move. Now half step back a little bit. Half step back, babe. There you go. Stay there. Chin up. Let's do one portrait for. So I'm going to do full body. Actually, I will not do full body because then I'm going to get the light in there. All right, portrait then. Here it is. Same thing, doesn't change, with just orientation. Okay? All right? So now let's go, let's say you forgot to do, let me show you in front here, then turn to me now, facing me. So let's take that silhouette there, I'm going to show you the difference. All right, there's a question here. Has there been a situation where the model client can't block the flash? What do you do then? That is a great question. The question is if the model cannot cover the flash. One of the things that I do actually, I'm cheating a little bit here because I want to show different angles. But what I usually do, I have the model holding the flash on her hand. So then in that case, she would be holding the flash on her hand, pointing to the wall. Right? That way you don't have the light stand. Usually the light stand is a little bit of a pain in the butt. Okay? So get the model to hold the flash like this. Same thing, same pose, same thing sideways, but pointing the flash to the wall. That's one of the things that I most of the time I shouldn't silhouette that way. Even if it's couples, I usually get the guy to hold the flash pointed to the wall. Okay? So let me show you what happens when you don't turn your subject to the side. So let's go. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to do a silhouette of Danny, and this is what we get. Nothing. We got nothing. Look at what? See, you got nothing. That's why it's important that you have the subject 90 degrees to you. Okay? So silhouette, one thing at a time. Light, if you're going to put the gel, measure the light. First, kill your ambient light. Doesn't matter where you are. If you are indoors, you are outdoors, just kill it. Doesn't matter if you are at f5 or f16. It does not matter. Dial your flash, then put your model, profile, right? And shoot. All right? And then now you go, and let's go a step further. Now we have seen posing. We have seen lighting, right? Let's go a step further. Let's put some pattern on the wall. And I always make this disclaimer. I'm not paid by MagMod. I'm not paid by Flashpoint. This is just my everyday photography equipment. I use it, so I say this is what works for me. So with the MagMod, we have those mag masks over here. You see, we can put this pattern on the wall. There are several of them. Got several of them here, all different patterns. Okay, so we're going to paint, like, is it a bogle, something like that? And they have those lenses, of those Fresnel lenses. I don't know how you pronounce it. This is a kind of the same idea of the lighthouses. So they came up with this idea, and they have this mag beam. So you put that inside a mag beam with the texture side pointing out. Jeff is saying future MagMod ambassador. No, they have no interest in me. Believe me, they have much bigger fish, and a mask on it. And all we're gonna do, we're gonna put this on the flash, right? So over here now, I'm gonna get my flash, remove the sphere, and put the mask on, and let's see what's gonna happen. I lost my model. What happened? She gave up on me. Ok, ainda não. E agora minha mente vai. All right. So, I didn't change any settings. I didn't change anything. I'm going to test my light, make sure that it fires. It's still firing. I didn't change anything. Okay? Now, Dani, let's go. A little bit back. Come to me a little bit, Dani. There you go. Okay. Pose, chin up. The arm, move the arm back for me. There you go. There you go. And we're gonna do this. 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, hold on a second. I think I need more power on that flash. Hold on. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm gonna put more power on the flash. And let's go, 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. There you have it. All right? So I have to bump 2 stops on the flash, bump up 2 stops on the flash because I put the mask on. All right? The mask and the mag beam. And this is what we get. So that pattern gets reflected on the wall. All I need to do now, because we're talking about details, right? All I need to do now is line up that guy with her head, because that pattern should be against her head. So I'm just lifting the flash to line up with her head. And then we're going to start again, 1, 2, and 3. And boom, and there it is. Oops, I think I can even go, what happened? There you, oh, what's happening? Oh, I keep pushing the button on it. There you go. There it is. So it is almost there. This would be all right, but I kind of want to make that pattern a little bit bigger on the wall. So what I'm going to do, I think I need to move this away from the wall. So we're going to go all the way over here. Can you move? I'm going to put it over here. And let's see if that works. I'm going to try. Dani, can you come over here and stay right there for me? No. Get closer. So we're going to be a little bit out of frame now, so you can see, but we're doing the same thing. Okay, a little bit forward. There you go. Let's do this. 1, 2, and 3. There you go. Now we're talking. All I did was to move her away from the wall, move the light and Dani away from the wall, and now you have a bigger pattern. Does that work? Flash power. Right now, I'm at half power on my flash, because when I add the mag beam, when I change when I add the mag beam I have a gel, which I'm losing some power. I add the mag beam and I add the lens. It made me lose more power. So I have to go up 2 stops on the flash. Okay. Then so I'm right now on half power, but my camera settings didn't change at all. It's the same settings on the camera. The light didn't change. I'm not changing my camera settings. All right. So nice. Does it have to be a white wall? Like I have no white walls on my home. It doesn't have to be a white wall, but any colored wall will affect the color of the gel. So then you're going to need some color theory there to get a specific type of color if you are after it. But I'll tell you this, if you have a darker color, that will suck up the light and it's going to be really hard to bounce. You're usually much better off going for a lighter colored wall. Okay? Does that make sense? So, and why am I showing this? Because from here you can go and you don't have to use blue. You can use any other type of color. You can use green, yellow. We've done this with so many different colors. How do I use this? I use this when I'm shooting a wedding, for instance. When I'm shooting a wedding, for instance, wedding planners or venues, I don't know who that, they are famous for putting the cake on the worst part of the ceremony hall. It's always on a corner. There's no light. There's nothing interesting on that corner. So what we do actually, I do this. I put a mask behind I put a flash with a gel, usually with the wedding colors. If the wedding colors are burgundy, I'm using a burgundy gel. If the wedding colors are blue, I'm using a blue gel. I put behind the cake when I'm doing the details, shooting the details and the cakes. I'm putting the gel and a mask and a flash behind the cake to put that pattern on the wall behind the cake to make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, so you can use this in a variety of ways. All depends on your creativity. So Jeff is saying we did one using the mask and shooting through candles. Remember that? Yes. Yeah, so we shot through candles and we did a mask. It was a beautiful picture we created. But what was who? Janelle's wedding? Yeah. So it all depends. A lot of times when you are wedding photographer, sometimes you get some beautiful venues, and sometimes you have really black venues that don't have a whole lot. You have no control over it. And I think if you go back to that idea of creating amazing images that people are going to go, whoa, wow, look at this. It's our job to have all of these techniques under our sleeve, so we can come up with those things that your client's going to be, oh my goodness, how many times you heard this, right, Danny? Oh my goodness, how you did this? But this wall wasn't there. I mean, how you did this, right? Because we have to create those type of different things. I think it's our job, but it only comes to you once you practice. Only comes to you once you practice. And I'm going to put a challenge here for you. We have, today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have 4 days. 4 days. Why don't you go out or inside the house, whatever you want, and do some silhouette shots? You can do this with yourself. You can put your camera on a timer and run in front of the camera and try it. Actually, shooting yourself is a great exercise to see how hard it is, right? Or you get a family member. But what I want you to do, I want you to go out and try. I know some people in this group are trying. They send me the image, we look at the image, we adjust, and we move on, and they're getting better. But none of these that I'm showing you, none of these I'm teaching you is going to stick if you don't try. You have to try. You have to be proficient, because I walk into any scene today and I create this in 5 minutes. What took me half an hour to explain to you, I create this in 5 minutes because I practice, and I'm always doing it. Okay, so you can do it too, and then you're gonna say, oh my God, but I don't have all this MagMod stuff. You know what? I didn't have it either. This is like 7 years of photography where I get all this equipment. I didn't have it either, right? Go on Amazon. I was on Amazon today. I was searching like photography gel sheet. Cost like $13, $10. You can get like a bunch of different colors. It doesn't need to be MagMod. You can just wrap a color plastic here, something, and Velcro it or put a rubber band around it, right? MacGyver it, right? Go get it on it, right? And just create it and experiment. You're going to be amazed how sometimes difficult it is because you have to adjust light. You have to try until you get it. So here are the steps again. Cut your ambient light first. Set up your flash. Make sure that it's lighting the scene. Okay. Then add the gel and then add the subject. And you go from there. Once you have all of this, then you start experimenting. Experiment with 2 color gels. Who knows, put one flash here, another flash in diagonal, and see what happens in the middle, right? Experience with the max, experiment with some stuff. But experimenting and practicing is vital to the success of your photography. And I want you guys to create amazing, amazing, amazing images. This is what it's all about. It's all about you elevating your photography and creating amazing images, okay? So here's the challenge. Shoot some silhouettes and send them to me. We want to see those images. We want to talk about your images, all right? So please, please, please go out or shoot inside the house, but go out and experiment with all of this. Don't let this go away because you will forget it. You will forget. So keep practicing, keep shooting. Go out there and get it. And I'm sure you guys, your photography will elevate, and this is all we want. Regardless if you have clients, if you don't have clients, learning is a fun process, and this is what we try to do. We want you guys to go from normal, regular pictures to amazing images. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to our Instagram. It's Clay Souza Official. We have flash photography content every single day and 2 lives a week, every Monday and every Wednesday at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay? So give us a follow on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channels, and let's learn together. All right? Thank you so very much, guys. You have a good night, and I will see you next week. But for the remainder of the week, keep an eye on the feed because you're going to upload those images and we can talk about them. And I want to see your image. The challenge is on. I did my part. Now go ahead and do yours. Okay? Bye-bye.